Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Elden Ring, where today we're going to be picking up after our journey to Nokron last time, where we freed Blaidd from E.G.'s trap. We learned about Blaidd's nature as a sleeper agent. We found Night's Sacred Ground in Nokron and got the Fingerslayer Blade and brought it to Ranni, who then continued on her journey, leaving through a portal at Renna's Rise to a new part of the Ainsel River, which we'll look at, probably not today, but maybe hopefully soon. Before going on, a little bit introductory, so feel free to skip ahead to the timestamp section where I get to the gameplay portion, or to the new stuff at least. Yeah, but just some thoughts as I was watching the previous video. So the Knights Cavalry. I had just assumed that the Knights Cavalry were like random hostile soldiers traveling at night, but the naming convention of Night's Sacred Ground makes me think that that they are like a cavalry of that particular like Eternal City dynasty. That there's some kind of advanced troop, like Knights Soldier, Knights Cavalry, like that sort of thing. I also think that Nokstella and Nokron are both part of the dynasty of the Lord of Night, whom we just heard about for the first time, but a separate dynasty from the Lord of Blood dynasty, from the Mohgwyn dynasty. So I do think there are two dynasties in play here. And also there was that ghost that was praising the Mohgwyn dynasty who was facing a very specific direction, the one back by the Ancestral Woods. And I think he was looking up to somewhere underground that actually was the Mohgwyn dynasty home, but it looked like he was just facing up to that Four Belfries location. So I don't quite know where that is, but I do think the Lord of Blood is separate from Lord of Night. Also neat that the blade that we got last time that we gave to Ranni said that it can harm Golden Deity, that can harm like the Finger vassals and all, or the Greater Will and its vassals, because that's two things now that we know can harm Team Greater Will. There's the Flame of the Fell God that's housed in the mountaintops of the Giants that can burn the Erd Tree. And now this blade can harm the Greater Will and its vassals. So I don't know if that's where Ranni is heading, if she's building like an arsenal of stuff to go after the the Team Erd Tree, but it might be. I also got the Mimic Tier Ashes last time, and they looked very, very good. And Hervé Gonin in the comments mentioned that they are known to be extremely powerful, and I should be careful about using them, like, because they might trivialize some fights. And I think I'll take it as good advice. I will still probably use them, but I like the strategy I used with the Regal Ancestral Beast, where I'm going to try a boss a few times without any sort of ashes, and then with like gradually, kind of as I start to see the mechanics and get a sense of what it's about, bringing in some more help, because I think that it's all about finding a balance I find fun. And I think that, like, I've seen most of the time I've been pretty happy with it, with using ashes in different ways. The one time I was really not happy with it, the main thing I'm trying to avoid is like the Ancestor Beast, the first Ancestor Beast fight, or Ancestor Spirit, because whichever it was, because that was one where it felt like I didn't really engage with the mechanics. My ashes just beat up on it, and that I think is the outer edge of what I would. That's where I'd stop finding a fight fun. So yeah, I think I will probably buff it up, because if I'm using ashes, I don't think I'm good enough at this game to the point where if I am using ashes that I would try to use an intentionally worse ash. But I will try to rely on try a bunch of them out, and I don't know, I like using these items, and we'll see how it goes. But I will be wary of, like, if it starts to just feel like it's plowing through everything, then I'll go easy on it. Let's see. We'll buff up Mimic Tier +1, +2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait. I don't have... Let me get some some runes. +5. There we go. Okay, good. Good. And one more note. James Baker in the comments asked about whether I stream or do anything live. And I just want to... I've been thinking about it. And I don't do streaming. And part of it is I can't find a good... I don't think I'd have a reliable schedule. But also it's that I think I don't really love watching streams, like full streams. And so I think to make a good stream, I think you have to be someone who appreciates streams and like watching them. And I don't have a great, like, I love watching edited down YouTube Let's Plays. And so I have a good sense of the kind of thing I'd want for that. I don't have a good sense of what kind of stream I would want. And so, like, it's just not my cup of tea, and I don't think making it would probably be my cup of tea. So I want to give a fuller answer because it was a good question. And yeah, that's what I got. I have a lower patience, I think. Like, I tend to want to, when I watch a VOD of a stream, I tend to want to skip past all the parts where they're talking to Chad and get to the part where they're doing something new. And so that's what I wanted to make with one of these more edited Let's Plays for YouTube. So now that we're starting up again, what are we actually doing here? I wanted to get one of these things. I wanted to get power from champions, or is it equipment? No, so I wanted to get the Ancestral Spirit's Horn. I wanted to see how much FP you get upon defeating enemies, because that is very interesting to me. We'll get Ancestor Spirit's Horn. Beautiful. I also would like to try... I want to keep trying new stuff. I want to keep trying new things. So what other stuff can I try for the rapier that I haven't really tried yet? I don't think this is going to be all that good, but I do want to try it. So Glintstone Pebble. Let's try Glintstone Pebble as a thing. I've never actually tried it. And so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if it's a good ranged... Because I'm comparing it really against something like Stormblade, how it compares with Stormblade. What element type does Stormblade do, by the way? Like, what if an enemy is resistant to Stormblade as an Ash of War? Why would they be resistant to it? Is it resistance to is it physical damage? Is wind damage a thing? I don't think wind damage is a thing. Oh, and I also want to try... I apologize, I don't remember who mentioned this, but someone in the comments mentioned that Wild Strikes, which is one of my favorites, has a follow-up attack. Also, what does Occult do? Occult slightly reduces the blood loss buildup. Oh, it gives arcane scaling. That doesn't sound great. That sounds pretty bad. What am I missing about Occult? What does Occult do? Because right now it just looks like it makes me do weaker damage. We're going to stick with... I don't know, blood. Sure, we'll do blood. Who else are we going to buff up? Let's buff up the Godred. No, where's the Radon soldiers? I like them. Oh, they're already at as high as they can go for now. Let's save the Grave Glovewort. Let's save the Grave Glovewort 6 so that we can buff up the Radon soldiers when they get up and running. Yeah, let's do that.
Stop, please stop. You're my puppet. I love you all I have. How could you forget such bliss?
I'm...
That hurts. Please, I beg you, cease this cruelty.
Vagonin in the comments suggested that I check in with, since Soluvis is dead, I check in with his servant here, Pidia. I wasn't expecting this. His puppets are attacking him? Where are you, friend? Get wrecked by your puppets. You've been... That's also kind of terrifying. This is a little bit horror movie going on right here. But you know what? He probably deserved it. They were clearly not happy with how you treated them. That's also pretty terrifying. Dolores the Sleeping Arrow Puppet. That's pretty horrifying. One of Saluvis's favorite puppets. Summon the spirit of Dolores the Sleeping Arrow, spirit of a handsome archer who dressed in the style of a man. Called the Silent Hunter by some, she fires St. Trina's arrows from her short bow. So she is a sleep user. Dolores once belonged to the Round Table Hold, where she was both a critic and a friend of Gideon the All-Knowing. It was because of her that he and Celivis went their separate ways. Like a romantic thing? Certainly seems to be an implication. What does the faces of these puppets look like? They're just taxidermied people or what? I don't know. If I rest here... What was that? I don't know. If I rest here, will they still be looking at him? Yes, they will be. Okay, and we got his bell bearing. Just checked in with Gideon. He had no new dialogue about Dolores. Bell bearing shop 2. Yeah, so this is just the stuff that Pidia offered. Or we'll get a ritual pot. Okay. So just to make sure, I think that, like, I cannot... If a weapon has a unique skill, I can't use that... I can't replace that skill, right? I don't... That's my best understanding that I have right now. Like, I can replace... the Keen Knight Rider Flail, because that, I don't remember what that had to start. That just had the spinning weapon. But I can't replace that, the Nox Flowing Swords. Oh, oops, where'd that go? I can't replace this because Flowing Form is a unique thing. I think that's my understanding of it. Did these statues always have yellow flowers blooming from their things? I don't think I noticed that before. Or is that new? Is that flowers or crystals? It looks like crystals emulating the form of a blooming flower. The other thing I wanted to do is that when I was checking for my friend if there was anything in Liurnia that she'd missed, it looked like there was a cave that I had missed entirely that I saw. Is there? Is that a thing? That little, like, outcrop I see to the west? Maybe that's a thing. Ah, I see. It looks like I can loop around this. Ah, I didn't even think of that. Yep, here we go. So it's going to be a catacombs, not a cave. To see you, Rosus. Ooh. No, you don't. Sword dance. Quickly close in to perform a series of spinning upward slashes, follow with an additional input to finish with a downward slash. Swords, axes, and polearms capable of slashing, so probably not what I have right now. Oh, right, I'm using the regain FP thing. So this should let me wild strikes. Oh, so what does wild strikes actually do again? Like, so there. And that's what the follow-up is. Or the light follow-up. Very cool. What is this place going to be? Road's End Catacombs. It's an appropriate name, because it's at the end of the road. Despite all that, we're going to replace this with... We're going to make this the Sacred Knight Rider Flail in the hopes that we're going to fight some skeletons in here. Turns out we are not. What's the trick here? Is this a booby trap? Heavy door is opened. Some shenanigans are afoot. Oh, yep. Invisible door shenanigans. Get another wolf imp head. Runark. Why would you give me this little outcrop? Yeah, so is this just... Okay, alright. I see your game. So I'm going to be on the lookout for a... This is going to be the invisible door dungeon, isn't it? There, no. Yep, okay. Come back. Without me losing the lock-on. So even though Sacred isn't doing anything against these, just bopping them with a striking weapon is. Watchdog staff. Catalyst, probably, right? No. Large stone... Oh, it's the weapon that they used to bop me with, the watchdogs. Large stone staff embedded with glintstone, wielded by Erdtree burial watchdogs who protect catacombs. The watchdogs, battered and broken over their lengthy tenure, rule the catacombs and are even said to command the imps. Unique skill, Sorcery of the Crozier? Channel magic into the glintstone to activate an ancient sorcery, producing floating magic projectiles that chase enemies automatically. Yeah, that was the thing that looked like glintstone phalanx. Okay. And Lord knows how many of these I'm missing. Oh. Glad I got out of the way of that in time. Getting the mana back, the FP back, is pretty sweet. Not necessarily for right now, but I could see it being useful at times. Okay, nothing there. I have to assume that every room has some shenanigans. Yeah, okay. Who else is there? Oh, hello, friend. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone. Not a single person is getting fooled by you. Lucaria soldier ashes. So these are like cuckoo soldiers? A trio of spirits consisting of 2 disposable foot soldiers and their superior. Known as the Cuckoos, they were given free rein by the Academy to wage war as they pleased, and they were infamous for their rapacious ways. Doubt I'll be using them. But we still haven't found the heavy door. We're still missing something. Oh, was this... I don't think I saw this. I must have rolled it open, but I actually didn't. I actually just didn't go through it. Didn't notice it. Root resin, and what's through here? Because, yeah. Funny, for such an invisible wall, an illusory wall heavy zone, dungeon, this is incredibly straightforward, which is not what I would have thought. Alright, so let's see what we got here. You're a Spiritcaller Snail? No, you're not. You're something else. Yeah, you're like the Spiritcaller Snail's friend. Heal up if we can. Okay, alright, understood. Move. What is this? Is this, are you the snail? Yeah, you are. Okay, I see. You're gonna summon another one, aren't you? I see what we have to do, though. Where is the snail? Where did the snail go? Okay. Is that you? No? Is that you? Yeah. That is a cool boss. I like this boss quite a lot. Oh, yep. Okay. That is awesome. That is not awesome. Don't summon a Crucible Knight. Summon something worse. All right, where did it go? I think it's behind me, right? Yeah. You're right there. Got you. What a cool boss. I like the Spiritcaller Snail. We got Glintstone, Sorcerer Ashes. Spirit of Araya Lucaria, sorcerer wearing a stone crown. A scholar of the Olivinus Conspectus who has mastered the use of the Glintstone Stars sorcery. So someone who will help me against especially dodgy fellows. Alright, this was a neat dungeon. I'm glad I saw that it existed. I did not find it on my own, to be clear. I looked up if there was stuff I was missing, and this was a thing that I was missing. Now, I'm probably going to wrap this up shortly. This is probably going to be just a very short video, but I did want to at least take one look through the start of this Ainsel River main area. Miniature Ronnie. Is this a talisman? Doll resembling Ronnie the Witch. The unresponsive doll seems pleasantly cool. So that's death. That's clearly death if we jump off that. I have a guess what this might be. Is this going to unlock... Can I give this to Renala, or can I use it to open the treasure chest? I don't... The treasure chest probably needs not just a key item, but an actual key, but we'll see.
Thou and art thou now?
Okay. No, that must probably been the... I haven't seen her dialogue in a while. Locked still. Alas. Who would want a Ronnie doll? E.G.? Do you want a doll? As doll user. Okay. I'm concerned that I have not seen Blythe in a while. I thought he would be here. Let me do one last run through Ronnie's Rise to see if he's here. So no Blythe sightings, but we did get some progress back when in the fight with in the Alexander fight. Not the Alexander fight. Please God, let there not be one. But in the fight with Radon, there was that Alexander progress. I wonder if there's anything here.
Ah, hello again. Do you know what a poacher is, cuz? They hunt us, smash us, and then take us away.
I've heard of them.
This village is kept secret, so I think we're safe here. But you should be careful if you ever meet one of them, cuz I hope Uncle Alexander beats them all up first.
Same.
Those awful poachers. I hope Uncle Alexander beats them all up. Those awful...
That's interesting. Yeah, poachers suck. Hopefully beats them all up first. Like, now I'm gonna be wary if someone's like, "Hey, friend, I'm looking for a I'm looking for a village of jars, just to give them some flowers and friendship. Where are they?" I'm not gonna tell them. Sleeping? Adorable.
Stop. No. Please. No, don't break us.
Nightmare about poachers. Why are poachers on this kid's mind? That is worrying. Now the study hall entrance. Let's see what this inversion can do. Here we go. Okay, and also that's the moon. I thought it was just a generic planet. Again, this is something my friend showed me that, like, when she looked at it and she's like, "Hey, that's the moon." I didn't even look that closely. That's definitely the moon. So what? Okay. Okay, clever game. Very clever. Very clever. Oh, intensely clever. Look at this. Oh no, Preceptor someone. It's gotta be, is that the return of Preceptor What's-Her-Face? Preceptor Miriam, you're back? I killed you before. No, we're not gonna do this yet. This is gonna be for next time. I have to wrap up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and next time we will explore the, oh god. We'll explore the inverted Carian Tower. Bye-bye.